Hello, it's Thursday, and today we are going to be continuing our Pokemon Black run, where every time our Pokemon level up, they evolve into something random, and then we get to crochet it. Now, of course, this is all in service of a greater challenge, known as the Crochetdex, where we have completed 333 Pokemon so far, and that does include all of Gen 1, and as of last Sunday, all of Gen 2 as well. So this particular series is focusing just on Gen 5, where we have made 18 so far, and I'm hoping to add another 6 to it today. Okay, so first off, let's have a look at where we left our team. Oh, we left our team kind of dead. So I remember that the last evolution that we made was Simipour, and Audacity is there as a level 15 Simipour, and we also have Opacity, who is a level 17 Zorua, and Duplicity, who is a level 12 Mean Shao. So I know we're in Nakreen. I know that we really badly need to heal ourselves. And then I'm guessing that we have the gym, right? That's probably where we left off last time. So let's get these guys back in fighting shape. Ready and raring to go. So I guess... Oh! I swear it hasn't been that long. Every time I enter a building, multiple seasons pass. Alright, where was I going? Was it in here? Oh yeah. Yeah, the camera panned up. That's how you know it's somewhere important. Oh? Oh, this is the museum. Oh, that's so cool looking. Should we crochet a Pokemon skeleton at some point? Maybe just a skeleton in general. We've got Mr. Bones. Wow, whenever I look at this skeleton, I'm fascinated. Welcome, I'm Hawes, the assistant director. Since you were kind enough to visit, I will give you a tour of the museum. This skeleton is a dragon-type Pokemon. Yeah, a Dragonite died to give you that skeleton. There's a theory that it had an accident while it was flying around the world, and so it became a fossil. Yeah. That's Almaldo, my love! It's an ordinary old stone. It was found near the desert, but other than the fact that it's old, it doesn't seem to have any value. We only display it because it's rather pretty to look at. Fair enough. I like to look at pretty things too. The Pokemon gym is just beyond here. Oh, so the gym is through the museum. Okay, cool. At the end of the gym, a very strong and kind gym leader is waiting. By the way, the gym leader, Lenora, happens to be my wife. Yeah, okay. I will tell her you've done your job well, sir. Studies fossils and ancient artifacts. Okay, so are we talking rock type then? By the way, the second we get a fossil, we are adding someone to the team. That's just how this is going to go. All right. Oh, no, I've already healed. I don't know why I'm feeling twitchy about this. We'll just poke our nose out the back and see how many potential, trainers there are before the gym leader. Because my goodness, are we starting today off with a bang? The second we find a fossil. Coming back here. Adding we built this city to the team. Alright, into the gym. A Pokemon gym where a leader waits for a challenger at the back of a museum. It has great atmosphere, doesn't it? So, I will give this to you. Oh, hey, cool. They offered me some water. We'll use it, don't you worry about that. All trainers in this gym use... Oh, they're normal type. They're weak against fighting type. In this Pokemon gym, if you answer questions hidden in books, you can move forward. Oh, no. Uh-oh. I always get shown up as like a fake fan. It doesn't matter that I've been playing for, what, 20 years? Oh, golly, longer than that. It doesn't matter, because I can't answer a lot of these questions. No pressure or anything. Oh, crud, I forgot to change my team around. I thought we were going to go find a book. You're strong because you spend the entire day either reading books or training Pokemon. Good job, mate. Okay, we have just one Pokemon, and the level is... Drum roll, but I don't want to muck up the mic. Level 17! Oh, no! So, I believe my highest level is level 17, but they are only normalist of types. So... Is normal immune to ghost or dark? It's ghost, right? Well, poison, Gassia. Get those fishy farts going. Patrat never really shows up again after this gen, does he? He's just sort of like, no, he's a one and done little mouse. And now we will bite him. Oh, or we won't. Instead we'll get crunched on. Ah! He's lowering my defenses. Oh, at least my poison's doing its job. Yes. Flinchy little rodent. Ah, Audacity! You kidder. You absolute jokester. Okay, good. And we did it. How juicy is that XP? Okay. Alright, good. Good to know. Right, we've got some idea of the pacing of what this is going to be now. Sync your friend. Did I remember to sync audios? Just in case. Okay, so that's one down. Hi. My first recommendation is a book called Nice to Meet You, Pokemon. The bookshelves for children's books are close to the entrance. Alright. Well, we're just going to take a sneaky little moment and we're going to swap our Pokemon around. In fact, I might even duck out and heal because I know that's not in the spirit of things, but it's also just a really fun way to not have to use any items. We'll be right back. Look at me remembering how to run straight away just to violate all social conventions and run around inside a museum. Ah! Children's books are near the entrance. Oh, I see a book. I see things. This is the bookshelf for children's books. Sweets for Pokemon. No, not that one. We want to read this one. This is the one they told us to read. Nice to meet you, Pokemon. Yes, please. It's a fairy tale about a little boy who met a Pokemon for the first time in his life. He is with a small brown Pokemon. Yeah. There is a memo between the pages. 4 memos. Each of them has a question. Can you please solve the questions and come find me? Now this is the first question. What is the first Pokemon you met at this gym? Patrat! But I know the answer. Oh, I got the memo. So it was Patrat. I don't know. I guess I didn't really need to know the answer. Flame burns inside its body and it gives off smoke from its head while it runs. What is this book? The hint is somebody may be reading it. You're not reading a book. Does it matter if I do this in order? Well, you've got a pile of books next to you. So do you, though. I don't know. I think we just pick a fight with the next person. Hi. So you found the second memo and you're looking for a book. What does the memo say? I'm reading a book about Tepig, but is this book the correct answer? Yes! Eee. Oh, no, it's not Tepig. Oh, whoops. So I guess order does matter. Apparently Tepig wasn't the answer. Did you find the memo and come here to look for this book? You're reading a book called The Structure of a Locomotive. Yeah, I'm gonna guess that that's correct. Flame burns inside its body and it gives off smoke from its head when it runs. That's very tricky, Nintendo. Oh, cool. And now we will fight the wench. Sorry, the scientist. Scientist Satomi. Hello. Did I swap the order of my Pokemon? I hope I did. Duplicity, I did, and Herdier is also level 17. I am a little outgunned here. We might be doing some swappy swap. I feel like Herdier is just gonna go one quick chomp and be done with me. We'll try a gust, and if I faint, so be it. I must know. Oh yeah, no, I think we have our answer there. Pokemon! Let's get... I don't remember if anyone has any fighting type moves. I know that we had 2 fighting types on the team, but I don't think we actually learned any fighting type moves. Alright. Return to me. And we're gonna poison the dog. Although he probably likes the smell. And we'll bite. Oh no. At least you flinched. And you're poisoned. We are chipping. Okay. Oh no. Oh, good job, Audacity. I appreciate you. We're going to have just a little drink. There we go. All better. Bite. Okay, good. Alrighty, so Audacity has leveled up to level 16. And, this is always the best bit. I don't know. The surprise evolutions are just the best bit. Go. Oh, and Duplicity leveled up as well. Okay, well, whoever evolves first on the screen gets to evolve, and the other one just gets to level up. Should a move be deleted and replaced with Fake Out? Let's have a look. It's just a normal type move. What's it do? Designed to, like, hit first and hit hard. Oh! Awesome! We got Duplicity 2 levels! That's incredible! That's exactly what we want to be doing. Alright, so who actually gets the evolution? Duplicity is getting the evolution. I actually thought it would be the other way around, but cool. Alright, so Duplicity is going to get to evolve. Let's see what we're making first today. I miss the little hints that you used to get in previous gens, but this is fun. It's still exciting. Oh, it's big. Oh, hey! Duplicity saw the oh crud, what was the name? The Herdier. The Herdier we were just fighting was just like, you know what? Bet. Okay, Duplicity evolved into Stoutland. Look at the little earwiggle. Oh, you are a majestic love. And look, We've already got the little guy. And now we've got to make the bigger one. Actually, you know what? Let's just take those expectations and shrink them down a little bit. All right. No, no. You stay. Nope, 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 nope. Oh, I thought it wasn't going to work for a second. Whew. Okay. Let's finish off this interaction. Okay, so I need to read this book to continue at this gym, but first we're just going to stop and have a little look at our new friend here. Duplicity, darling! Look what you did! Okay, has Sand Rush, boosts the Pokemon's speed in a sandstorm. Okay, so continuing in the tradition of this particular randomized run wanting to collect whole family units, we're going to stop here and make a little Stoutland. I did not know that you could click and turn them around. How? What? Another. Oh my goodness. Do you have any idea how much easier that's going to make this whole challenge? Oh, infuriating. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so we have already made the little Lillipup, but we are jumping straight to the fully evolved version, which is of course Stoutland. And she is, of course, 90% moustache. The other 10% is made up of a head the same size as Lillipup's, and then just like a big old brick of a body. It's always weird having to think about both layers, like the shape the fluff is making and the shape that all of that is attached to. That said, I'll be very careful not to skip the little paws underneath. So I am going to have to change up the colours that I'm using for Stoutland versus Lillipup. With Lillipup, it needed a very light tone for the body and head, and then an even paler shade for the face, whereas Stoutland requires 2 tones just for the mustache. I kind of thought I had nailed it at first with this navy blue and like sea green, but then the more I looked at the reference images, and when I checked the Bulbapedia entry, both specifically mention that it's blue-grey or grey at the bottom. So I had to change that up because, like, I'm sorry, I always remember it as being more of a turquoise colour. So I'm going to start by just making this squarish nub of a head, and I'm not going to build the ears in, and I'm not going to build any of the facial features in. We are going to poke some eyes in at a certain point, but just working up a little cube. Buff, buff. And I am going to work some like neck floofs around the base of it as well. So when it attaches to the body, all of that's kind of built in. Now I did try this a couple of times, and my first attempt, I made those fluffs way too densely packed around the neck, and it just looked, well, that's not right, is it? Frankly, a bit silly. So I ended up frogging back and then restitching them all just a little bit more spaced out. Leaving us with a little head. Done. Buff, buff. See? Told you it'd be the same size. I actually think that might be smaller than the Lillipup's head. Okay, so next up I started working on the body, and my first attempt was just working in the round just because that seems to be the default way I make shapes. I realized that I was getting way more width versus length than I needed because it did actually need to be quite a long rectangle of a body, and it just wasn't working up the right size. So having realized that and remembering that there are other ways to approach things, I frogged all the way back and we built it up as a rectangle instead. Now when you're working up a rectangle, you're working backwards and forwards. So I also remembered to do the little trick of when I'm working forwards to insert my hook from the front, and when I'm working along like the wrong side of the work, inserting my hook from the back, and that kept all of my stitches facing the same way. Just gives you a nicer stitch uniformity. And so you can see me doing that backwards thing there. And there are some forward stitches. So hopefully that makes some sense. I also built the tail into the very back of this base piece. There was already going to be enough layers sewn onto the face. I wanted to try and keep this body as simple as possible. And when that rectangle reached the right length, we started working around the edge to build down into our little bread box. And there's something about Stoutland that just screams sliced white bread to me. I don't know what it is, but I've always thought about it as the bread dog. Now, I was definitely worried about it just working out too big. I constantly was checking the size of the head versus the size of the body, and the body did feel like it was coming out much larger than it needed to, but I kept just having to remind myself about how many things still needed to be attached to the face that were going to add so much size to it. The body needed to feel disproportionately big to make any kind of sense for the overall finished size. So when I got about halfway down the overall height of the body, I swapped to my grey and worked some spike stitching in a couple of little like pointy bits to add the bottom fluff. And the spikes came out a little bit uniform, but It was gonna work. Then of course all of that needed a ragged hem as well. It needed to be slightly longer ragged ease at the back versus the front, just because of the overall directional flow of the fuzziness. We have to think about these things. It's important. But I did make sure to leave the back loops free so that I could still close off the underside of the overall dog. There we are. Good loaf. Good loaf. Excellent loaf. Okay, so there are our main... So there are our main pieces done, and now we need to add a whole bunch of decorations to them. And I think I'm going to start just by making the mustache, which I think I'm going to get away with just making as like a one-layered flat piece. Given that it's going to be layered over those two like bigger mustache pieces onto the sides, that'll give it some depth and some support. Yeah, a zigzaggy little square. Oh yes. Next up, we're going to put some little feet on there, and I am going to start in the foot pad color so that I don't forget to add beans, because I know it probably doesn't seem like it, but I get just as upset as you do when I forget to put something like toe beans or claws on. It's like, no, not the toe beans. So if I build them into the pattern, I don't have to worry about forgetting them later. And while I'm at it, I'm also going to build in the little toenails. I think stitching them in and using just the natural points of the stitches to form those shapes is going to keep them nice and uniform for me. There we go, one little foot. And we need, oh, that's only two. I still need two more. One more. There we go. Oh no, now he's running away. So next up we're going to make them some ears so they can hear what a good dog that they are. And these do need to be three-dimensional, which means we have to start off with tiny, tiny little tubes. And I'm going to build the extra, like, fluff loop into them as well. But for the inner ear, we're just going to stitch it on. So there's one. Ta-da! There's two. Two little antlers. And they're going to go there and there. Okay, so next up I'm going to make the little eyebrow pieces. So I'm just going to make 3 little tubes for this and then do something that I call getting it in editing, which just means I sew it together really carefully to form the actual shape that we're after. So I'll go there, and there, and there. And I didn't know it at this point, but the two side ones are too long, but we fix that later. I'll fix that in a second, okay, buddy? Okay, finally we just have those 2 long, majestic pigtails for the mustache. So here's where the trick of this comes in. I start at the tip that gets attached to the face, knowing that I'm going to be able to disguise that end behind that flat mustache piece we already made earlier. And that's going to let me focus on making sure that the tips of this are as nice and fluffy looking as possible, without having to worry too much about like, oh no, where do I start? Bah! And I did have to try and shape those so that they followed like the curve of the mustache itself, as well as just the flow of the body. I think I did okay. I think they turned out pretty cute. Okay, so there is our first one, which will go approximately there. And our second one, which will go approximately there. Okay, so now we just have to remove all of the pieces and just start sewing it together. Oh, hang on, I'll get you some clicky sounds for these eyes. Not spectacular, but they'll do. Put something in the noggin. Something. They're intelligent little dogs. They need something in the noggin. So even at this point I was worried that she was coming out a little boxier, a little bit more square than I would have liked, a few too many corners, you know? But I am so glad that I ended up trusting the process, because honestly I wouldn't change a single thing about how Stoutland turned out. And if you just bear with me, I will show you in just a minute. Looks kind of like a very grown-up elderly Eevee in a little coat. Huh. Weird. There she is. Okay, she turned out really cute. Buff, buff. Buff. Okay, well the team is generally in pretty good shape here, so I think we're just going to continue on, because I think there might be one more trainer and then we'll heal before we do the leader. So I will leave things exactly as they are, and let's talk to this book. This is the bookshelf for general studies. Structure of a locomotive. Do you want to read this book? Yes, please. There's a memo on the back cover, so that's memo number 3. We needed 4 in total. It's impressive you found this place. That's what I'd expect from a challenger like you. Well, this is the 3rd question. If you heat it up in a pot, it'll be delicious. What is this? The hint is on a bookshelf closer to the entrance than here. Oh, okay, that's that shelf that we didn't read before. Puffins! There is a memo on the cover, so that's memo number 4. Did you manage to get here without being tricked? This is the last question. Move 2 backward, 1 to the left. So 2 back, 1 left, 2 forward, one right. That leaves us back to where we are. And then one backward. Okay, so directly behind where we are. Now where is it? It's right here. Surprisingly enough, the only person still left in the gym. Can you challenge the gym leader if you win against me? Yes! Awesome. Okay, so final trainer. Ooh, 3 Pokemon this time. Excellent. Maybe we'll be able to collect a couple of levels. It's a little Lillipup. Level 15 Lillipup, so a not so little Lillipup. But I have its... I was going to say daddy, but it's mama. Ooh. Fake out. Bonk. Ooh. Eee. Ooh, quick attack. Nap time for the puppy. Alright. That was a good chunk of XP. I like that. Ooh. Does fake out only... What? Would I have to trade fake out to use it? Or can I... I'm going to try it. I don't know how this works. Better to know now while we're fighting puppies than later when we're not. Keep paddling. It failed. Oh, okay. So, okay, there's my answer. Oh, excellent. Good job, Duplicity. Ah, glorious. Another level! They're really moving up in the world. Let's hope the final thing that they've got is something nice and big. Ooh, what's takedown? A reckless full body charge attack for slamming into the target damages the user a little. That's some risky move. But I don't really use things like Leer. I like things that hit, so let's just do it. So we've got what? Takedown, quick attack, and fake out. This is not my usual moveset. We're going to keep battling. This will not be enough to get us a second level, I don't think. Oh, such a good girl. I'm going to miss you when you're no longer Stoutland. I feel like we barely got to know you as Stoutland. Okay. Thanks, Lydia. Alright, well, Duplicity is evolving again. We knew that this was likely going to happen, and we'll probably get some more evolutions straight after the gym leader too, because that's just how this stuff works. So, Duplicity is evolving. Who are you going to be? It turns into Herdier, I'm going to scream. Oh! Oh no. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no, we're fine! Oh wait, are we fine? Okay, so... the reason for my reaction! We have a closed loop already! And by the way, I've added its toenails. I've already shown this off on stream, but like, P-Dub has toenails now. Okay, so there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is that that means Duplicity is in a closed loop now. It can only become the same things over and over and over again. The good news is that Duplicity is in a closed loop with itself. It hasn't like overlapped onto Opacity or Audacity, so it's its own thing. However, it's only got 3 Pokemon in it. It's got P-Dub, Mean Shao, and Stoutland. So those 3 things are going to be playing on a loop for a while. So, okay. Have a P-Dub on the team. We have a P-Dub on the team. Ooh, Air Cutter, yes please. That's good though. It's also like flying type, fighting type, and normal type. So that's actually not a bad combo, and we might be able to like time things to get some interesting moves. For anybody watching out there, if this lies within your special area of interest, could you let me know like what moves I can expect at what levels with what Pokemon, and maybe we can try like building the ultimate fighting Dove Dog. In the meantime, what does Air Cutter do? I don't know, I think I like Air Cutter over Takedown, because then we've got 2 flying and 2 normal. Okay. Yeah, we gotta read the last book, but we're just gonna take a second and heal real quick. Closing its loop this early. How duplicitous! Alrighty, we are back. Oh, sorry, I have to actually read the book. First, let's just take a second and get our team sorted, just in case there's surprise battles, because this particular game has liked to spring surprise battles on us. I could still keep leading with Duplicity, I don't mind that at all, and Duplicity has that really good first turn move. That said, Audacity has that poison move that I do like to kind of get started with. So maybe we lead with Audacity and follow up with Duplicity and then Opacity. Yep, let's read the biology of a Tepig. Flame burns inside its body, gives off flame from its nostrils. Oh! You've managed to get here, well done! You seem to have wisdom as well as strength. I look forward to our battle. Click. Oh, there's a switch. Oh my gosh! That's so extra! Why not just have like a secret door open in the bookshelf? But nope. The whole bookshelf has to move to one side and we're going downstairs. The strength of the mechanism involved there, given how many books are on that shelf, feels like a thing. Man, how cool would it be to have like a secret library shelf? Oh, okay. Hello, Lenora. I'm sneaking. I'm checking this. The bones Lenora is using for research are on display. The bones Lenora is using for research are on display. The bones Lenora using for research are on display. No, sorry. Welcome. The director of the Nakreen Museum and the Nakreen's Gym's leader is me, Lenora. Wow, I flubbed that a little bit, didn't I? Well then, Challenger, I'm going to research how I thought she was going to say I'm going to research your bones. It's like, oh no! Alright, Lenora, fight me. Her hair is a cool colour. Alright, Herdia. Well, I have this. I have audacity. Oh no, I'm intimidated. I don't mind if my attack falls because I'm putting down some toxic spikes. That's going to protect future me. Possibly should have done poison gas first, but when does strategy ever apply here? Ever. Okay, fine, we're going to poison you now. Sorry! Oh! With that move, I'm starting to see what kind of trainer you are. Yeah, I'm the kind that poisons the other team. Ah! Okay, stay away from Ghost. We will bite you. Oh! Herdia! Excuse you! Oh, well, I got my poison done at least. Capacity? I might be outgunned here. We might have to do a little training first, so that's fine. Ooh. I don't remember what any of these moves do. Sand him. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh! The Zoroa thing gets me every time! Do I have a quicker move? I'm gonna heal. But just the once, just to see what happens. Because this is the first Pokemon. Oh yeah, so you're healing too. It's silly to think that you can just like breeze through the areas. You're still poisoned. And trapped in a sand tomb. Pop. Okay. Ah. Okay. Good night. Oh my, that's a big whack of XP. Good job, opacity. About to send out Watchog. We're gonna switch. We're gonna give Duplicity a go. Now, Duplicity is just a tiny bird at the moment, but we know that next becomes a big fighting type, and then after that, like a fully evolved dog type. So, like, we only have, like, one squishy evolution of the three that Duplicity is. And I wouldn't mind if Duplicity wasn't a tiny bird anymore, if I'm honest. Do a little fake out. Papa. Duplicity, do what you can while you can, that's all. Oh, they're leering. Is that lowering my attack or my defense? Defense! Oh no. So what's about to happen is going to really hurt. That's what I'm hearing here. Just stay alive. Stay alive as long as you can. Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no. That was just a retaliation, to be fair. I kind of did that to myself. Opacity, you are fully healed. You are level 18 against a level 20, but we are going to need to just raise everybody's levels before we go much further after this, I think. Can you retaliate against someone who hasn't hit you yet? Hey! Hey, well, okay, we did it. Oh, and Opacity netted himself a couple of levels, which is nice. Almost 2.5. Straight up to level 19. Yeah. I'm sorry, Lenora, I missed what you were saying. I got overexcited. Oh, okay, never mind, we're evolving straight away. Okay, Opacity, you're turning from Zoroa. I'm actually going to be... Okay, I'm actually a little sad to see Zoroa go. Not only because it was kind of fun to just never really know who I was sending out in battle, and it's not like I was paying attention to the movesets anyway, but, like, also, he's just a tiny little guy with the little wiggly ears and the bushy tail. It's like... Alright. Anyway, let's see who we are becoming. No more closed loops, please. Let's go for something new. You have like over 130 options. Just pick something new. Oh! Okay, forgive my lack of excitement about being served one of the people. We are making Gothitelle. At least it's something new. You did great, Opacity. Good job. We had to knock some of the people out. Better to have them sprinkled through than all in one big chunk. Opacity wants to learn the move Embargo. Is that about taking somebody else's stuff? Because that's how it seems to work. Prevents the target from using its held item. This trainer is also prevented from using items on it. Ooh. I mean, that has Elite 4 implications, but puts too much reliance on me having to remember what that is and what it does in order to use it. Your fighting style is so enchanting. It is charming. Well, thank you, darling. You're a Pokemon trainer worthy of receiving the basic badge. Oh, that is one very basic badge. Thank you very much. Okay, what'd it do though? Ooh, shiny. Guys, we did it. If you have 2 badges, traded Pokemon up to level 30 will obey you. We've got a TM. Retaliate. That makes sense. Again, it requires it puts so much emphasis on me remembering what it does. We can't have that. Plasma is threatening to steal some bones? No, we need out of the story point, please. I'll go upstairs of my own free will in just a second. Okay, good. Alright, let's have a look. Opacity, the sole survivor. There she is, the lovely Miss Gothitelle. Now we can turn her around and look. Okay, and Frisk. This Pokemon can check a foe's held item. Oh, okay, and that ties in with Embargo. That makes sense. But we won't have Frisk later, and we would have still had Embargo, so I'm still not regretting not taking it. So we're going to pause here for a second, and we're going to make this lovely concertina lady covered in layers and ruffles and bows. Okay, so Gothitelle. I'm going to start by just grabbing the yarn, just because it's fairly straightforward, and most of the colours that I need are already sitting on my desk anyway. So, look, it's no secret around here that I do not enjoy making what we call Peoplemon. Not really a doll creator. However, I'm going to make a little bit of an exception for this little lady because she's an interesting shape. She's not just a boring biped. She's got lots of layers and ruffles and bows, and so yeah, she's a little humanoid, but I can still find something interesting here. She's a high fashion humanoid, and that makes her interesting. So I'm going to start by working up this tiered body. Now I did do a little bit of, it's not necessarily math, but it was just like basically working out how many rows I wanted each segment to be tall and how big around I wanted each one to be, and then just followed that progression so that they would stay relatively even. I did end up having to frog a couple of times just to like adjust things up or down by like 3 stitches around, but the tiered system did come together pretty easily. Now you'll see me chuck some stuffing in there. Now I really wish I'd chucked a nice big rock in there at the same time, but I didn't. So I've had to find other ways to help her stand up because she does end up a little bit tall compared to what you would generally hope for. Definitely by what I would generally hope for. She's a little megapotted. Ba 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 ba. I think I would call her Concertina. Okay, so with 4 roughly tiers of body accomplished, I am going to move into the head. So I've decided to work the head up in layers. So the first is like a big black teardrop just to form a base for everything. And then like the facial details and everything else can just be like layered on top of one another to build it up. I'm also going to have that finishing off point form that pointy bit at the top because then I can get it super pointy. Whereas if I'd started there, it would be a little bit more nubby, and I do think the pointiness is very necessary for this particular design. There we go. Alright, so from the top-down camera... Oh, there we go. We turned it. She is quite tall. So next we needed some little French fry arms. One there and one there. Hello. And then just a whole lot of bows, which are just magic rings where I use stitches of different heights to form like the 2 wings of the bow and then like cinched them in the middle. Because we needed a bunch of them in a whole lot of different sizes, including one for the back of the head. And so I needed to make sure I used a method that could work for a variety of sizes. Okay, next we needed whatever you want to call those things on the clackers on the side of her head. Or are they ears? the hat? Is it hair? I don't know, but we made 8 of them and I pinned them to either side of the head. I feel like if you shake her, they would clack together, like clack, 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 clack. La 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 la. Spectacular. Alright, next we needed to make a round piece to form like the base layer of the face, and I would make the fringe again as another piece. So many pieces in this head. I think all up it was what? 14? 14 pieces on this head. There is our face. And a couple of little eyes where I just made a magic ring in blue and then used some white slip stitches to add the whites of the eye as well. It's something I'm doing more and more often. I used to be so dedicated to putting safety eyes into all of my Pokemon, whereas these days I've been branching out a little bit more and trying to form the eyes in more interesting ways that maybe better represent the Pokemon. Maybe it's just because the Pokemon themselves have gotten more complicated. There we go. And with that, I think it's all of our pieces. I think we just need to sew her together. So I'm going to approach assembly here in 2 different phases. So the first phase is just to remove everything from the head, including the body, and sew all of the pieces together. That's just because the face is going to require a lot of specificity, and sometimes it's just easier to approach it as a separate piece altogether. And that included adding a little mouth. It's totally just a spider. And of course, phase 2 is to assemble the body. And then I suppose there's technically a phase 3 where you join the 2 together. Oh, and I forgot the bow on the back of her head as well. So I'll just pop that on now. Okay, and there is Gothitelle. As I mentioned, the one thing I really regret about this design, hello, is that I didn't put a rock in her base, so she has a lot of trouble standing up. There's not a lot of structure there. Thankfully, every other Pokemon... Oh, hang on. Whoa, she stood. She does not stand easily, but she does have a lot of flexible characteristics. Alright, we are back. And we are going to follow Lenora upstairs and hopefully get a chance to heal before anything else happens. Is there anything else interesting down here? Can we poke around? Oh, Lenora's research materials are stored in an orderly fashion. I would expect that. I love that the normal type leader is like thoroughly bookish. Okay. But can I heal? Please note that no one else in this gym who is supposed to be fully trained professionals are doing anything to help intervene. Will you help me heal? Did you hear it? Strange people came charging through the museum. Oh, the gym badge. Congratulations. Oh no. What shall we do? Okay, you guys stay in here and panic. I'm going to go out there and try and get into a Poke Center. Okay. I'm just going to talk to everyone and see if I can get a heal. Okay. Now you wait. Enough fooling around. Huh? Okay, so Team Plasma. So you've come, Gym Leader. We, Team Plasma, claim this museum's dragon skull in the name of Pokemon liberation. To show you we're serious, we'll steal it right before your eyes. Why are they actually taking the skull? Plasma! They did. They actually took the skull. Wait, no, police. Are you sure you didn't want the perfectly ordinary but pretty rock in the back? Okay, I mean, I'll go after them, but I would really like healing, please. Health, please. Where'd they go? Who are you? Good day, Lenora. Find any good fossils lately? He seems like he talks like this. This is a surprising visit. Are you suffering from artist block again? Thursday. This is Burf. He may not look it, but he's Castelia City's gym leader. Oh, okay. Hey, Burf. Just looking for a change of pace. Seems hectic or something around here. What's up? What's up? Someone took our skull, that's what's up. Oh goody, now you're here. Oh hi Thursday, what's everybody doing here? I'm trying to reach the Poke Center. Is there some kind of problem? Go on, give the job to a bunch of kids. And these two are your friends? Oh I see, they're trainers. Let's split up and search, I'll head this way. Yeah, okay, cool, the job is... They're dangerous, they're a dangerous, like, criminal organization. Stop sending children after them. Okay. Okay, we're being paired up with adults. That's all right. I was okay. Okay. Burf, you show the way. Cool. Can I heal up first, please? And thank you. Are you raring to round up our robbers? He has a fun walk animation. I don't know what it is, but it's just like slightly like... Benel gave me this dowsing machine. Oh, cool. What's that? Finding stuff or finding Pokemon? Places where items are hidden. So you can find stuff you can't even see. Okay. Alright, you'll protect the museum. Yeah, go on. I have a very normal badge, however. I get to go restore my health and then traipse around the forest with a stranger. Let's go! On the road again. Wait, am I supposed to be following the train tracks? No, I'm not allowed to follow the train tracks. Boo, Earns. Okay, why can't I climb over the hedges? This is needlessly limiting. Is this... Yeah, Pinwheel Forest. I was told to go to Pinwheel Forest, right? Hello? Rock Smash. Thank you. It is super effective against normal type Pokemon, which Gym Leader Lenora likes. Was I supposed to come here first? Because yeah, that would have been useful information. Because Pidove had rock type moves right there, and I bet that some of you were screaming at your screens, weren't you? That's fine. It's fine. Hello. Hello, Buff. This leads to Pinwell Forest. If they manage to scuttle off into the forest, we might have trouble. Come quietly, or there will be trouble. Hi. If you go straight, it doesn't take long, but if you go the wrong way, it's a maze. Is Pinwell Forest a path or a maze? Oh, hello. I sense stuff. Oh, I thought the nurse was going to heal us. Instead, she attacked us. Hello, nursery. Oh, with a mana. Big floating marshmallow. Alright, I am, like, barely at an appropriate level for this place. You know what? Chow down, buddy. Chow down. Oh, no. Okay, that could have been worse, but now we're seeing duckies everywhere. Can I bite? I know I'm confused, but can I still bite them? Oh no, I bit myself. I've just got this image of Simipour sitting there like gnawing on the end of his own tail thinking he's helping. Buddy! Bite! Thank you! Thank you! We pulled it together! Thank you, Nurse Sherry. Oh, thank you! That's what I thought! I thought that she was there to heal us! Very helpful. Poison and paralysis. Okay, I'm gonna go in here because I feel like there's stuff. I like the puddles too. Oh, I found an ether. And down here. Oh, we're gonna have to traipse through some grass. Oh, there's some work people. I bet they hit us. But there's stuff on the other side. I'm sorry for avoiding the story point, but it's just so nice to not be on rails for a second. Ironically, while on the train tracks. Hi! Hi, trainer. Please show me what kind of Pokemon you are training. Wait, is this the way I'm supposed to go? I thought... I'm gonna go back up and check to the left, because it felt like the left was, like, straight ahead up there was where we were supposed to go, and I felt like I was off rails, but this might actually just be Pinwheel Forest. Cottony. Oh, cutie. If I got one of those, I can take it back to... Is it Nakreen? And trade it for a Petalil. Which I'm allowed to do, by the way, if we end up with a Cottony on the team. Oh no. Stunning. And so fuzzy. Can we move anyway? Thank you. Should have poisoned him. Gotta lead with the poison. Because then even if I'm paralyzed or asleep or whatever, the battle is still moving forward. What's happening? Petalil. We'll keep on battling. Oh, cutie. Poison. Ah! Sucked the marrow from me bones. Ah! Stop healing yourself. Chomp. Excellent. And a little poison to top it up. And we're gonna bite you some more. Excellent. Okay, I don't love that we defeated... Oh wait, did we just level up? Audacity! Darling! Okay, Audacity's leveling up. Let's just hold on a second. Alright, who shall you be, my darling? Please, no more people. Pick a creature. Any creature. Ooh! I have such a soft spot for this guy. The little Blitzel and the Zebstrika, but they just sort of like erased them from all the other games. I suppose it's like Patrat in that regard. It's a little stripy pony. Schnitzel the Blitzel. Okay. Don't... Okay, whew, I thought he was just going to attack me straight away. Let's just have a little look at you. Audacity, darling, sweetie, cutie, honey pie. Look at you! Okay, so first of all, Lightning Rod. Draws in all electric type moves. Draws in all electric type moves to up special attack. Okay, so if anyone tries to zap me, I'm just like, haha! With an interesting moveset for a zappy pony. And I didn't turn around and look at that butt. Okay, well, we're going to stop here and we're going to make a Blitzel. I'm a little bit nervous about some of these stripes and the points on the head as well. I feel like I'm worried that she's going to get a little bigger than she needs to. Yay, so we get to make Blitzel next. And Blitzel is just a little stripy guy. And I will say that I did accidentally draw him a little chubbier than he's supposed to be. And then I used my drawing as my reference image. And so he became a little chubbier than he's supposed to be. So I should be a little bit more careful about using my own drawings as reference images in future. But that said, the hazards of this particular guy is that he has a lot of points. He's a very pointy pony, and I have developed some coping mechanisms to deal with that over the years, but I'm still having flashbacks to the Jolteon nightmare. Go away, Jolteon. So I'm going to need y'all to wish me luck on this one here as well, because I'm seeing a lot of zigzag stripes and a very pointy horn in the middle of the head. Okay, so with black, white and blue, Blitzel's basically the same colours as Gothitelle was. However, looking at it again, there is also a lot of grey involved. I need to find my charcoal. So I have decided to carve Blitzel up into as many chunks as I need to in order to build this shape. Long since gone are the days of me trying to make the head, neck and body of ponies all in one piece. It never turns out the way that I want to. However, I do intend to make the head and neck all as one piece, should the yarn be willing to form that shape. And I'm also going to build the nose in as I go as well. With all of those stripes, I know I'm going to be sick and tired of sewing before the end of this one anyway, so I figured let's just combine what we could. Okay, there we are. And I did actually have to do a little bit of a cheat at the back of this head, where I ended up like weaving it shut instead of properly finishing off the stitches. But it allowed me to like build a properly vertical shape out of it, and so it's all going to be covered anyway. Okay, so with the head done, the next thing we made is a little sausage of a body, or what should have been a little sausage of a body and turned into a much bigger sausage of a body than it potentially should have. See? Just a good proportional sausage. So next I decided to make the two little ears, and they had such a distinctive triangular shape with a blue inside and a black edge. I did end up building the blue into the ear as I went, and while you're only seeing me make one part of each ear here, I did end up going back and making like a back for each ear entirely in black just to cover up all of those loose ends as part of the assembly process. Next up, it was time to make some little stripes, and these were relatively easy to accomplish. I know I have like point trauma, but these were done just by like making little strips with picots at either end, and while they do look a little knobbly, I knew that as I sewed them on, I was going to be able to straighten everything out. So I made one for the back, the chest, and the neck. Okay, what's next? A couple of little peepers, and I made those basically the same way I made Gothitelle's, with blue in the middle and pale yellow instead of white around the outside, just as some slip stitches. Next were the legs. Now these legs were interesting because the hoof had to be built on an angle. I couldn't just build them straight upwards as a tube, which has given them a slightly lumpy appearance, but at least the hoof is on the right side of the leg, you know? It's what I was aiming for, that nice diagonal cutoff. I made the back legs at the same time, but they also needed another couple of stripes, and so so it was just a matter of just making and making and making all of the pieces. And it's a stable pony. And I couldn't put it off any longer. It was time to start trying to make the main points of the mane and tail. And I started with the tail just because whatever technique I used, I was going to have to use for all of the pieces, so I may as well test them out on the smallest one. So I made this little pointy piece that had like a big spike and a little spike. And I did end up making a second one of those as well, just because I don't like single layered things. I like them to have a little bit more structure than that where possible. So those two go like that. And then onto that booty like that, like a party hat for the romp. So next was the mane, and I'm actually pretty pleased with myself with the mane. What I ended up doing is I made almost a palindromic piece where this mane needed like a little spike, a medium spike, and then a large spike, but then I doubled it over with a large spike, a middle spike, and a little spike, and just folded it in the middle, creating both sides of the mane at the same time with all of the right stitches facing outwards. It's such a little thing, but I do think it made this piece in general a lot easier to make. It still needs to be sewn around the edge, but all the stitches facing the same way is just really good. And finally we had to make the giant zigzaggy lightning strike of a horn. And while it looks a little wibbly wobbly on its own, once it's doubled up and sewn on and stitched around and all that stuff, I do think that these pieces are going to look okay. Trusting the process. It's a recurring theme. So like right there. Okay, so there are all of our pieces and I just need to sew them on. And there is our happy little Blitzel. I'm actually really pleased with how Blitzel turned out, even if they are like just a lot bigger than they needed to be. Wow. What an opinionated little pony. Okay, we are back. We have made 3 Pokemon so far today, so we have 3 more to go. Let's move Duplicity into that top slot, just because I think it's Duplicity's turn to get a level. Opacity got a level, technically 2. Audacity just leveled up. Let's get Let's get ourselves out of tiny bird form. Oh, I was trying to go back to the healing lady. I wasn't just trying to, like, find moles. Hi, Excadrill. Here is a tiny bird who's going to fake out. Ah, it's spinning! I can spin too. Oh my goodness, you are determined to identify as a problem, aren't you, sir? Tell you what, one of these things comes wandering out at me from the grass, I'm probably running away. But apparently having a tiny little bird on my shoulder made me feel strong and brave and whatnot. So we're just going to chip this guy down and then get back to the nurse that's like waving at me in the distance as this thing beats my head into the ground. Honestly, this experience will be enough to tip us over, so we're going to stop any second now and make another one. Oh no, we're not. It's Duplicity. We're fine. Oh, so close. There we go. One last little beep. Thank you, Duplicity. Oh, juicy, juicy level for you. Turning you back into Mean Shao. See? Okay, and we're still... There we go. Gonna heal. There's still an item over there that I'm gonna get. You wait and see. We're gonna go get it. I'm just gonna come over here. Pick this up. Oh, it's just a great ball. Okay, we should battle this little guy too. Let's see what Mean Shao can do. Oh, hello, Homer. I actually really like the Rog and Roller. I don't know. I just have a really fond memory of like the Rog and Roller line. I really like. I don't know. I just have this memory of like shiny hunting one. I don't think I ever found one, but I think that was in X and Y. Gotta say, not loving all of the ground types we're encountering in this area. Makes it really hard for Duplicity to do anything. Oh, kicking sand. No! Okay, well we need to do something more guaranteed to hit just to keep this moving forward. No, don't do that. Don't do what Donny Don't does. Ah! 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 He's avoiding my attack and headbutting me. He's not playing very nice. Oh my goodness. I think I do hits him. Gust. Gust. Good. My accuracy is down. I don't have anything guaranteed to hit. Look, he's got but a mere pebble of health to go. You did great, Homer. Pokemon with the sturdy ability cannot be knocked out with one hit. Didn't even get close to doing that anyway. Is that just training down there? I'm gonna consult a map. Please note the lack of accidental map opening that's happening today. I can be taught. Okay, so it looks like down might also be the forest. That might be what they meant by, like, it's a straight line or a maze. And so maybe I'm like dabbling in the maze when I should just go into the straight line bit and do the next part of the story. Okay, fine. We'll go and do that next part of the story. Let's do this thing. Oh, wait, are we a team of all girls again? We are! It pancakes around. It's a little hard to keep track of. But we do our best. Alrighty, into the woods. Into the thick of it. Yep, there's Burf. Hello, Burf. Well, you see, there are two ways out of Pinwheel Forest. The road that goes straight and the path that winds through the woods. Oh, I wasn't even in the forest. I will take the straight road. If they're not there, I'll block the exit. Dude, I'm the child in this scenario. I should take the straight road. Would you please take the other way and check whether Team Plasma is hiding in there somewhere? Yep, cool. Send me off into the woods. There's not like there's a bunch of fairy tales warning us not to do this to children. Boo. Ooh, I see a doobly battle. The battle. Oh, I should try the dowsing thingy, shouldn't I? And then do we just like move around? I can't show you both of these screens at the same time, but this is the screen I'm looking at. Keep it open while we're in the forest and keep you updated. Oh, hello! 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep time with each other and 1, 2 punch. You're doing great, kids! There's criminals around though, maybe you should get out of the trees. Aw, Sawaddles! Oh, they're so cute. I can't wait to make the bugs of this generation. There are so many little cutie pies. Oh, I'm accidentally color-coded and I look fabulous. So does poison gas work on both? It does. Yeah. Yeah, get that poison out there. And we smush a little bug. Okay, yeah, no, you're going to be sticking to biting in future. For some reason, Gothitelle biting things is just a really intimidating image. Or wait, is it Blitzel that has bite? I will never learn my movesets, they're too hard. Okay, yeah, no, it's Blitzel that has bite. You bite. You find something else to do. Cut. That one. I don't like to gang up on just one, I like to distribute the damage. And I know that that's not the best way to do it. You should target down one and then do the other one. But, in the same time, it's fun to distribute the damage and then you don't feel like you're ganging up on anyone. So you are going to be very unwell soon if I'm not careful. Excellent. Little crunch. Just a little sprinkling of XP. For flavour. Ah! It's fine, didn't hurt that much. Alright. And now we smack that bug. Oh, spooky. Spooky horse. And a little bit of XP for both ends. Okay, I'm seeing a little Team Plasma person down there. I'm just gonna go talk to the nurse. Oh. Okay, so I've just talked to the nurse and our dowsing machine has gone off. So let's work on that, shall we? Where are we going? Oh, okay, there's something hidden in there. How do I get in there? Oh, I missed a little hidden corridor. That's on me. Shameful. It's a super potion too. That's a pretty good thing to find. Okay, cool. So. Oh, I'm picking up on something else. I'm picking up on lots of things. My goodness. Okay, never mind. Treasure hunt. Where are we going? Okay, there's something hidden in this area. No, not in there. Guess who's got a new favorite screen? Right there. Ultra Ball. Hey! And just like that, the whole series became derailed as I did nothing but hunt for treasure. I'm going to try and control the urge to just do nothing but hunt around with the dowsing rod, but I really like the dowsing rod. I like stuff. I like finding stuff. So this is very fun and satisfying. Okay. Hello, friend. You stubborn brat. Rude. When I'm through with you, you won't be able to chase us anymore. I was taking a walk in the trees, sir. Calm down. You're just a little grunty boy. Oh, hello, Sandile. We've already made... Crocorock? Is Crocorock the next one up? Yeah. Gonna poison you. Excellent. Okay. And now we're gonna bite you. Have a little snackadile. Okay, well the legacy of my poison will live on long after my remains have cooled on the sidewalk, I think. Ah! Ouch. Can I nightshade? Ooh. Oh yeah, we can nightshade. Don't torment me, rude! Oh, subjected to torment. Does that mean I have to reuse the same moves over and over again? Is that what that was? Because like, that's fine. Can't use the same moves over and over again. Less fine. I can still bite ya. That's why you fill your move set with everything that hurts them. Too bad I haven't got anything. If you want to get it back, you're just going to have to look for my... Yeah, I can see you don't have it. It's a giant dragon skull. And we're just gonna go. We're just gonna heal up. I'm gonna spare you the number of times I duck out to heal myself. I love that they've positioned this nurse by the entrance, though. Phenomenal move for the gameplay. Okay. Ooh. I'm seeing secret items all over the place. Oh, hello! This is a majestic swanner. You swanna go, mate. See if you taste like chicken. You do. Oh no, water, my only weakness. Ah! No wait, I'm electric. I'm strong to water. Never mind. Let's try and get a poison gas out before anything else goes horribly wrong. Always lead with the poison gas. Dang it, Audacity, you did so great, sweetie. I'm sorry. Poison gas. Yeah. Look at the wings on that one. Ah! Well, I'm not fire-powered. I'm a gas-powered stick. Nightshade. One more move against the swan. And goodbye, Audacity. Thank you. Who's going to soak up all this XP for us? Duplicity? Quack. Excellent. I'm going to let Duplicity just keep evolving every time, so it's just like every time you see them, they're probably going to look a little different. Ooh, I would love a fighting type move. Oh, it's normal type. Boo! You know what? Whatever. We're just going to do it. Right? There we go. There you are. Turn back into the very goodest of girls. Who's a good girl? No. No, it's just a little guy. I call this battle Lady goes out for an ice cream cone. Okay. Just gotta get it out. Just gotta get right out of here. How much XP to be had in this forest? I feel like we're probably going to just spend the rest of this episode in this forest. I assume that's where I can potentially... Wait, Leafeon isn't this gen. That looks like the mossy rock though. Is Leafeon this gen? Is Leafeon this gen? I don't know what I'm talking about. Carry on! Okay, so there's definitely at least 2 things to fight there, but I kind of want to continue to the down. Okay, I'm seeing an item there. And nothing over that way. Alright, we can go this way. And of course we will encounter swan or ice cream cone. Oh no! Angry pig lizard. Damanitan. Hello! Damanitan, how's the family? I'm going to lead with poison because we can be taught. Ouch. Ooh! The heck! The heck, sir! I think I need to teach you a lesson. Just rack up those chip damages. So we've got Sand Tomb and Poison both doing their thing now. And we're on fire! Hooray for us all! It did nothing. Excellent. Ouch. Little ouch. Tiniest ouch. Smallest of ouches. Farewell, Darmanitan. And opacity grew to level 20! Good level. Good level. Okay. What shall you become? Hopefully no more people. Let's try and keep this under control. Let's keep ourselves respectable now. Opacity is evolving. I still stare at it as though it's going to give me any clue. Little guy! Little guy! Venipede, hi baby! I love the bugs in this generation. Look at him. Oh. Glorious. Glorious. No, we're going to have a look at our darling. Darling. You're a little bug poison. Ability. Swarm. Powers up bug type moves in a pinch. That's not going to impact us at all. And there she is. What a glorious little bug you be. So we're going to stop and we're going to make our 4th Pokemon of today, which is Venipede. Oh, I'm actually really excited to make Venipede. I genuinely love the bug designs in Gen 5, and Venipede is just such a nuggety little fellow. You can just tell she's a little guy living a little life, and I love that. On top of that, there's no real kind of tripping points in this overall design. There's a few like narrow tubes for the antennae and butt spikes, and I'm gonna have to build things up in a couple of different layers, but there's nothing that I'm actively nervous about. So we'll see if that changes. Okay, so we needed a good juicy red-pink, and I even had the perfect green for once. That never happens. We also needed some yellow for the eyes, but I did have to decide between black or grey, and I decided to go with black. Normally I'd go with charcoal on camera, but because this isn't a pattern video, I have a little bit more freedom. So I'm going to start by actually making one of the rings that goes on the side of the body. I knew really early on that I wanted to build the ring into this piece, but I didn't know how I was going to do it, and depending on what technique I went with, it was going to require a different scale, if that makes sense. So I tried a few different things and I frogged a few different things, but in the end they ended up looking like this, and I was just so pleased that I had done this first, because if I'd done it in any other order, I easily could have been locked in on a method for doing these rings that just didn't look as good. I did end up having to go back in with a needle and clean up the stitches a little bit because they looked a little bit starry, but in general, very pleased with how these turned out. Yeah, good. Okay, and of course I needed 2 of them, so I decided just to whip up the second one at the same time. Wow. And there they are. Alrighty, so with those out of the way, the next piece I wanted to work on was the main chunk of a body. I already knew that I wanted to build it all as one piece, starting from the tip of the tail, changing to the green, and then building up into that main, like, hump, with that iconic venipedal hump at the front. And the reason I feel like I could get away with finishing off at the front, even though my finish offs tend to be a little bit ugly, is because the head was going to be a separate piece that I was going to attach on afterwards, which would cover up any of those messy ends. Okay, so with those pieces done, the next thing I wanted to do was make a couple of little eyeballs. So same logic here as for making the rings on the side before the body. I knew that the eyeballs had to be relative to the body, but were going to dictate a lot of the shaping of the head. By making the eyeballs first, I knew I was going to be able to adjust the size of the head to be a little bit narrower if needed to help them fit. Now with the eyes, the main hassle was whether or not I wanted to build the eyelid in, because Venipede has an overwhelmingly unimpressed expression. So having tried like building them all into the same piece, I did decide to go with separate pieces and instead make an eye piece and then layer an eyelid over the top. And I'm really pleased that I went that way, because sometimes separating these details into pieces just really helps bring them to life. Oh no! Okay, so next we have to make a head base. So this is just a base piece for all of the other head bits to attach to, and I am making it all in black, and that is because I had a real close look at the details of the head and I realized that there's kind of a red overlay piece, but there's also this spike that leads up the body, and it was going to be so much easier to make a black like nub base piece to attach things to, and then a red square piece that had that black detail built in to trail up the body, than it was to try and create them as separate pieces or all as the same piece as well. It's all just about making things in whatever way they're going to work the best. Oh, you're such a good bug. So, and then I was working on that secondary head piece that I was talking about. So it formed the lip at the front between the eyes, it covered the whole top of the head, and then it trailed up the body just a little bit to at that point. And all without having to worry about it being 3D or needing to hold stuffing or for the eyes needing to be somewhere specific. I was just able to make the shape the most straightforward way possible. Okay, so next came little leggies, 8 in total. I'm wondering if that actually makes this guy an arachnid, but I don't really know when it comes to beetles, whether it's the shell or the carapace, or what specific morphology turns them into beetles versus spiders. Now I'm going to level with you, I forgot that it was supposed to be black underneath when I was making this body piece. Thankfully there was an easy solution in just making a belly piece, and even if I had remembered, I probably would have done it that way anyway. So with that, we had all of our pieces, and I just had to sew it all together. My goodness, I spent a long time sewing this guy together. It's worth it though, sometimes, to put that little bit of extra time into your favourites. I'm leaving myself very much room to grow though, with its evolutions. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Now, having sewn it all together, I realised we did not in fact have all of our pieces, and in fact we were missing one of the most important features on a poison bug, and that is its poison spikes. So there we go, I made 2 for the head, and then I needed 2 more for the butt that were just a slightly different size, which was all well and good, except I made the second one, the wrong colour. That's okay, I can fix that real quick. Better. Gotta say, I'm particularly pleased with that transition. Okay, and then I sewed those on too. And there is our little buggy darling Venipede. I'm very pleased with this one here, but I'd be hard pressed to pick a favourite between this and Stoutland for the day. This one might just win because I like the Pokemon better. I am really worried about how big Scolopede's going to be. Almost called it Scolopendra. Neat. We're back. We are... Audacity got sadly flattened. I'm just going to grab this stuff. And then we'll continue on with the plot of cleaning out this forest. The thing I'm looking for isn't even here, it's on the other side of this tree! Oh, I want the wiggly grass so bad. Sadly, I cannot get it from here. Yum! It's a pup cup! 1, 2... Oh, only 2! I feel like you're equipped for icy weather. Look at that fur coat. Let's try and get him again. Ready? Oh, golly, it's screaming for ice cream. Ready? 1, 2, 2. It can hit up to 5 times. What is this luck? We'll just do a quick attack. Finish it off. Okay. Do you have the skull? My. Could you be looking for something? What? So like, okay, they commit a crime and then they scattered themselves evenly throughout the forest just to taunt us? Why not just like make good your escape? Ah yes, purloin. Who am I sending out? Is it Audacity? No, I'm still set to Duplicity. That's fine. You don't really need the energy, but let's see if we can get past 2 this time. 1, 2. Hey, 3, 4. Awesome. Good job, Duplicity! You're nailing this! Yeah, sure. And back to Bidove we go. And for the record, I'm perfectly comfortable just deciding to stop Duplicity evolving whenever. It's just for now, let's let them cycle through for a bit. I want to make sure that I'm getting a good mix of like normal moves and fighting type moves, which does mean I have to spend at least a little time on Mean Xiao. Nevertheless, that means we spend some time as a bird! Hey, see look, already trying to learn Roost. But no, I'm always just going to choose to use an item instead. I know myself. I look like the kind of girl to carry a heavy load. Yes, I can see you don't have the dragon skull, but you attacked me. I can see there is a thing in the plants, and I want it. Hello. You're a very suspicious looking character. Hi. I patrol Pinwheel Forest every day. A battle here is a piece of cake. Oh, dang it, I forgot to change out of Duplicity. It's fine. Pokemon Ranger. Aptly named Forest. Duplicity, there's a tiny bird. I can double slap ya. Ah, it's not taken down. Oh. Okay. Well, we're going to swap, aren't we? Duplicity, come back. I have the audacity. Or I don't. My goodness. Audacity. Are you made out of cardboard and chewing gum? And after this. Boog. Get in the hole. Oh no. This is going to be a very close thing, isn't it? Ah! We're fine. We're fine. I still had 1 alive, right? Oh cool, Duplicity got the XP. Yay! See, you are more than capable of taking out the villain. You just chose not to. A Chestoberry. Okay, I'm just gonna get out the grass. And go take care of a little business. Hello. And go. Okay, we found a super potion. And I'm looking at my dowsing machine and it's saying to the down. Oh, I'm right on top of it. Dang. It has a guardian. A guardian ice cream cone. I gotta swap Duplicity out of the lead position. Someone remind me to do that, okay? Again, screaming for ice cream. Just very funny that Nintendo gave Vanillite the move Uproar. Just very funny. 1, 2, 3. Big 3. Hey! 4? Ah, 4 I'm still pretty happy with. Oh no, I meant to hit quick attack. Dang. That could have been avoided. Okay, bye. And Duplicity is no longer a tiny bird. Okay, what were you guarding? A tiny mushroom! A little ice cream was guarding a tiny mushroom. That's so cute. Okay, now we gotta get out of the grass. Foiled again! Ooh! Lipid. I don't look forward to putting your spots on, sir. Thankfully, it's not today's problem. We'll do a couple of quick attacks. Everything makes me sound like a duck. Whack whack and quick attack. Okay, good. Nailed it! Just get out of the grass, man. Get out of the grass. Dare we touch the wiggly grass? Gonna touch the wiggly grass. Hello, baby! Hello, Rufflet. Oh, Lord. He's sharpening his claws. Bite the birdie. Quick. Oh, dear. Audacity, could you make it through one battle? Like, what is this? I need to start you off smaller. I need to train you up a little bit because you are just so easily smushed and you've contributed to so many victories and they're just not really getting through. Ah, let's go get Audacity back. Alright. Okay. Well, you're a battler. Oh, I don't have my dowsing rod on. There we go. All clear. All clear on the dowsing front. Hello? My Pokemon's strong points. You'll see them if you fight. It's not like you're giving me a choice. Challenged by youngster Nicholas. I've got 2 Pokemon. One of them's Venipede! Buddies! I mean, I'm not sending mine out, but buddies. You. Poison. Doesn't oh, it's poison type, it doesn't affect it. My defense harshly fell. It normally means I'm about to die. Nightshade? No, you're protecting yourself. You're being a very annoying foe. Good for you, buddy. All of the poison, none of the protection from it. Blitzel lives in constant fear of whether or not it's bitten its own tongue. Ah! Audacity, I'm swapping you out because never let it be said that I cannot be taught. Look at me learning! Oh, going to quick attack. Oh, and poisoned me on the way out. Rude little boog! Is that seriously not enough to get Audacity up a level? I switch Audacity in, they're just gonna die like, straight away. Go on, Audacity, have a go. Was that Timber? Is that the little one? Yeah, okay. We've already made the big daddy version of that. And we're gonna swap Duplicity in. Double slap. 1. Oh, it's fighting type! Wait, is fighting type strong against bird or is bird strong against fighting type? In the meantime, we've slapped him. Just gotta live a little bit longer. Guess we're gonna find out. Gust! Oh, okay, there we go. It's definitely bird over fighting. I know that they have an interaction, I just can't remember which way around it goes. Is that still not enough for Audacity? Oh goodness, Audacity, you are a picky little pony. You did an excellent showing for yourself there, sir. There's something going on up there. I was just trying to go get healed. Look what's in the forest! Freaking love fracture! Okay, we're gonna stay calm and we're gonna run away because that's what we're doing. We're just healing. This isn't where we advance the plot. Bye, buddy! Okay. And we're back from healing. So we're gonna just keep on winding our way around. Oh. They look like they're gonna... is something gonna jump out of those? I feel like something is. I found an antidote. What if we just want a regular dote? Pro-dote. Oh, there we go. See? I knew someone was hiding in one of them. Get great powers drawn from nature without opposing it. That is the strength of rangers. Oh my goodness, the rangers booted my booty last time we fought them. Audra, hello. Please be polite to me. I am just trying to keep the criminals out of your forest. Okay. Do I think I can take on the pan sausage? Probably not. Are we going to try anyway? Absolutely we are. Ah. Okay, Vine Whip is painful. Can we ghost? Ooh, I'm a spooky pony. We can. What are you doing now? Oh, I don't like that. So Leech Seed is basically nullifying the poison. We've reached neutral territory. I'm gonna bite you. Okay, good. And then we heal, and then we poison. I'm basically just poisoned myself. Audacity. Is that enough? It is! Oh, I hope you become something far less squishy. Remove it. Flame Charge! Flame Charge! Yes! We are going to be forgetting something and learning Flame Charge. Oh, what do we forget? I like Bite, I like Nightshade, I like Poison Gas, and Toxic Spikes is so helpful in the future for when we inevitably die. But we have to take Flame Charge. Imagine having an actual fire move on the team. This never happens for us. I'm very excited. Alright. Toxic Spikes is helpful, but not that helpful. We will swap it. Okay. Excellent. Flame Charge. Ah! Okay, and Audacity is also evolving to boot. So this is our fifth for today. Alright. What will you be? Remember, non-squishy. Non-squishy is the goal. I bet you turn into a monkey. Oh, okay, well you're not squishy anymore. I always forget these little guys exist. Pawnyard. Okay, let's have a look. You done talking to me yet? Oh, we got a Chesterberry. Thank you, sir. Sorry, ma'am. Even the things you can't do alone if you're with someone else. That's right. We always have Pokemon around. Isn't that great? Okay, cool. Let's have a look at our new little friend, though. I have no idea how I'm going to make this, but that's the joy of that's the joy of Gen 5. Okay, we have Defiant. When its stats are lowered, its attack increases. And let's have a look at your booty. Yeah, you are going to be an interesting, pointy little nugget to try and make, aren't you, my friend? Alright, we're going to stop here and I'm going to make a strong attempt at making a poniard. It'll be awesome or it'll be a disaster. Okay, so with poniard, I really have to make a concentrated effort to make a smaller one, because if you look at the size of these, they've all been huge so far, and it's time for me to make something a little bit more appropriately sized. So for poniard, we're going to just try and control ourselves a little bit. Just go for something a little bit smaller. And that should be relatively easy because he's just a little robot guy. Like, little robot guy, little helmet, some little arms and some little legs. And we're gonna give him a pass for being a people because I think there's enough robot elements in there that we can kind of get over it. Hey, at least there's no fingers or toes, just blades. I am a little bit nervous about how I'm going to achieve all of these like different points and stuff, but I think my only real move here is to try and build as much of them into solid pieces as I can instead of having tiny bits to sew on. Okay, it's going to be a little bit of a struggle today because I think I need every single grey in order to make a poniard. So we're going to go with this, and hopefully that gives us enough shades and tones to get the job done. So I'm going to start with my red and I'm going to just build up that helmet. For some reason it just seems like the natural starting point here. It feels wrong to start with the base of the head. And I'm going to build the little like stripy ear flap around it as well, but the blade itself can wait until later. I consider that to be more of a decoration, whereas the helmet itself is more of like a core piece. Yeah, one little helmet. With the helmet done, I'm feeling a little bit braver and we're gonna give this head and body piece a go. So I'm starting with the head, and all I really need to do there is build up a ball that can fit inside that helmet. And from there, I am gonna try and flow into the body. And the body presents its own set of challenges because instead of just doing it as a nub, I am going to be changing to my white and trying to work those like blade rings into the body itself. And I did have a couple of attempts at doing this. Because I wasn't super happy with how they worked out the first time. They weren't pointy enough. My second attempt turned out pretty pointy. So I did decide to proceed with the second pointier set of points. And of course, in a couple of rows, I needed to do the same thing again to add a second row of blades, because who doesn't need a second row of belly blades? And it was just a matter of like finishing it off. And with this guy, I'd learned my lesson from Gothitelle, and I did sneak a little weight into the booty just to help stabilize. He needed it less than Gothitelle did. Yeah. Go. It's amazing how much faster these pieces come together when they're not huge. Next, I grabbed my yellow and I worked up a couple of little eyes. Now the top of the eyes was going to be hidden by the helmet, so I could get away with having a little bit of a messy edge to them as long as the bottom edge looked right. And once again, I used some black slip stitches to add the ring directly to the main like coloured piece of them. So same way that we did for Blitzel, same way that we did for Gothitelle. The pupils I will be adding as I sew them on, but for now I've just chucked a couple of black pins in there for flavour. Flavour is free. Okay, and next we needed a little faceplate as well, which also had a black ring around it, which kind of gives the impression of having a little mouth, and he just turns out that he's kind of a happy little guy. And I actually think so far it's really coming together. So next up, I'm going to make the blade for the hat. And I worked that starting with a magic ring and just working only like a quarter of the circle backwards and forwards. I didn't worry too much about the stitch direction, and I also only made this one layer just because otherwise it was going to turn out too thick. At this scale, I actually think getting away with a single layer piece is a little bit more forgivable. So there is that. Now he just needs some little armies. Like that. Little stabbers on the end. And we also need some legs. That's one, and the second one. So much faster when I do it this way. And from there, all we need to do is remove all of the layers and sew everything on. Such a little goober. And there is our finished pawnyard. He's not going to be my favourite today, but I am pretty pleased with how he turned out. And hey, at least it wasn't Bishop. And look, I've accidentally made him the perfect size to use every other Pokemon I made today as a mount. Alright, we are back and we have just one Pokemon left for today. And sometimes it's like that. Sometimes you get through whole towns and like whole paths and whole gyms, and other times you just spend the whole episode lost in the woods. Seems to think there's something there, but I can't quite get to yet. So what's up here? Oh, secret tunnel. Wiggly grass. Wiggly grass was a mistake last time. Wiggly grass. Is it Rufflet again? I'm just wondering if it's always Rufflet. Nope, that is not a Rufflet. It is at least a level 15 though, not a level like 18, 19, like they were creeping up. The levels have been creeping up. I suppose that's how the game works. Oh dear, don't do that for me. I'm gonna run away. I couldn't get away. I might just die here. I don't want to do either of those things. Ah, I didn't mean to hit run. Oh, okay, well that time it worked. I was going to actually attempt to fight back that time. Okay, we're not actually that beat up. One for you. And one for you. And just like that. Fighting fit. Good as new. Ah! Pop right out of the grass. Like daisies! Okay, inhale, exhale. Okay, you're meditating in the forest, I get that, but I've got a job to do, mate. Irene? Oh, it's not a sausage this time at least. How did you end up back in... Oh no, I knew you were back in front. We're fine. Ah, I'm clean! Oh, dang. Just not enough. Oh well, sorry, Opacity. I guess we'll send Audacity out. Someone may as well reap the benefits. With a little flame charge! The water is strong against fire, but still fire! Lovely. I don't care if it's effective, it felt nice to set it on fire. Excellent. Good. Well, now I need to heal again. This whole forest feels like it was designed just to sort of soften us up. It's a Buffalant! Hello! Yeah, I also didn't see very much of you around. Well, you're a ranger. Oh, I found another tiny mushroom. They must be useful for something. And I know there's a battle up there. So let's just see if I have any items that might help me. Revives weren't available yet, were they? Dang. Well, Opacity, you're not getting the level then, are you? Maybe you are. Maybe I run all the way out and get back in. Can I use that here? No. I can't use the escape rope. I just feel like we've come all this way. I really wanted the final level to go to Venipede. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna put the time in. Okay, Opacity is back on deck. Back in the lead. And we will sally forth. Hello, you veiny little monstrosity. And you majestic space duck. No, I was so close. I'm just running from all the battles. I'm only interested in the guy standing on top of the platform up the log. So it's like, we will get through this forest at least a little bit further. There, you. You are my final battle of today. I assume. Wiggly grass! No, we must resist the allure. We must. And the Buffalant? Come hither, Buffalant. Pokemon! No, not Pokemon, sorry, run away. Run away! Good. And up we go. You ready? Do you have the skull? So you made it this far. I'll hold you here so my friends can get away. No, you're just a standard grunt. Oh, no, that's a fancier... That's fancy. That was fancier. Or maybe I just wasn't paying attention previous times, because this is still just a pat rat. Come on, Opacity, we've got this time. I know you're a tiny bug, but you've got the level advantage. Let's do some rollout, yeah? Oh no, he's a detective. Let's try again. Oh dear, I do not like that. I do not like it when they can be patient. I am an impatient one. That's my weak. Impatient people are weak to patient people. Just keep rolling those rocks. Yeah. Oh no. Ah, opacity, come on! You know what? Fine. Duplicity, you're back in. Thank you. Yep, I'm here to buy time. And if you don't step lively, we're gonna get away. I'm not going to be forced into an arbitrary rush. You can't make me. I'm hoping that leads me back out to the path. Look at you! Oh, such a cool flippin' design. I'm looking forward to making Gollet. Look at you. You're gorgeous. I'm running away from you, but you're stunning. Well, one of you was definitely going to attack me. There we are. Don't act like you were blending in. I knew it was you. Miguel. Okay, well that's the third monkey, so that should be the end of the ranges. I'm gonna poison gas. Ah. You're made of metal. This should be fine. This should just make you stronger. Or... What is going on? Oh, I'm in danger. I just feel like I've been white knuckle gripping my way through this episode today. I'm always like just strong enough to get through to the next bit. Hey, is that 4? 5? Good job, Duplicity. Duplicity's a real little star for this team. Also gone from, what, level 12 up to level 19 in one episode? Go team! We'll just quick attack to finish you off. Rude. Of course, now Duplicity's gonna go back to being a Stoutland, and that's fine too. Good looking out, Duplicity. Good looking out. Back we go. Okay, I'm seeing a staircase there. Nope, we're not going through there. Quick path out? No, that's swimming. I might just play till I faint. It seems faster. Anyone who can level into something new is currently passed out in the back. So I'm just exploring for the sake of it. Okay, so I explored that area and I got grass knot and I got another good look at a gullet. We're going to go through this trunk now and probably get knocked out by a plasma grunt. Hello. A pursuer? Ahaha, a kid like you beats some of us. That can't be helped, but I'll take you on now. You still a grunt or are you the boss? That's the same icon as before. Grunt but 3. Grunt but 3. I only have 1, so like, if he knocks me out, so be it. We'll just come back. Like, it's not a big thing. In fact, ideally Duplicity won't have to absorb all of this and will in fact get knocked out. That's a horrible thing to hope for, but nevertheless, it's where we are. Oh. So good at taking down those rats, Duplicity. I suppose it's a terrier fighting rats. It makes sense. It's almost like it's what you were born to do. Another. A little is good, more must be better. Only 2 times. That did so painfully little. Okay, don't detect me. I'm a quick attack. Quick attack goes first. Boo. Quick attack goes first. There's one rule in Pokemon, and that is that quick attack goes first. Oh, Sandar. Okay, this is something else. He's such a little guy. Whack, whack. Whack, whack. Whack, whack. Whack, whack. Oh, dang, I thought we were going to just get it done. It's fine, we'll quick attack next, and we'll be done with this. Rats and lizards! Duplicity is more than equipped to handle it. There we go. Not even that much XP, don't even feel bad about it. Excellent, good. Fine, take your stupid skull. Oh hey, whoa, we got the skull back! It's so cute! So the dream our king had, the dream we had, won't come true. Who's this? Is it Getsus? No, it's Gorham. Oh, another name to learn. I'm doing my best here. How are you holding up, fellow subject of our king? Gorm of the 7 sages. Am I going to have to learn 7 names? Because that's going to be a problem. I'm mortified that this skull, which we went to so much trouble to obtain, was stolen from us so easily. It's not important. We can afford to abandon the dragon skull. According to the results of our research, this is not the legendary Pokemon for which Team Plasma is looking. Yeah, it's a skull! Oh, okay, now the adults show up. Fantastic. Burf. the bug Pokemon were getting all worked up, so here I come, and what do I spy with my little eye? This important looking guy. Okay, he's fun, I like him. Are you here to help your friends whom I am defeated? You did not defeat them, I defeated them! Is this guy the big boss? I am one of the 7 sages of Team Plasma. Gets us another of the 7 sages will liberate Pokemon with words alone. The voice is migrating, I'm sorry about that. Bug Pokemon use a Burf, and the normal Pokemon use a Lenora. Know your enemies, know yourself, and you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Quoting the Art of War to me? If you know neither yourself nor your enemy, then you will always face defeat. Even though your gym leaders will not tolerate any further obstruction from you. In any case, we will settle this someday. Alright, come on. I promise I read all that, I just didn't want to subject you guys to it. They're a speedy bunch. What are you planning to do, Burf? Are you going to chase them? We got back the stolen skull, and if we corner them, there's no telling what they might do. I think I'll be heading back, Lenora. Okay, bye! Okay, so we're going to meet him again at Castelia City's gym. That's fun. Thursday, you're holding the dragon skull. I did. I am. Apparently I'm willing to give it up really easily. Ooh, we got a moonstone. That could be fun. Potentially knock us out of an evolutionary loop at some point. Not for Duplicity. Duplicity has no one who can... Duplicity has no one in their loop, basically. Cool. Can I get a heal? Is this the way out? Hello? Grab one of those. Miracle Seed. And down we go. Oh, and we're back out on the road. Oh, look, the road is covered in enemies. Nice. Sneak past, y'all. Sneak past. Oh, dang. Okay, we're doing our best. Sneaky sneak. I don't think we can sneak past this guy. I got past like 5 people just then, okay? A little credit. I snuck past five-ish people. So we'll battle this guy, and if we live, fine. We'll go heal and come back, and if we get wiped out, who cares? We'll come back. Hello, Mana. Ooh, forewarned is forearmed. Well, sadly, I have 6 arms. 1. 2. 2. Pfft. The Mana's sealed the opponent's moves? What does that mean? It means I'm in a gust instead. When the moon hits your eye. That's a copyright song. Quick attack. Oh yeah. You can sleep as much as you like, my precious little marshmallow friend. I'm gonna keep quick attacking you. All it takes is one more quick attack. There we go. Nailing this. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to coming back in here with Audacity and Opacity awake so that we can get Opacity that final level for today's episode. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? No, you can stay as Stoutland for now. I'm allowed to make choices like that for you because you've closed your own loop. And off we go. Back to the nurse. Please still be there, nurse. Awesome. I was a little nervous they were going to take her away and I was going to have to run all the way back into town, which is just a pain. Okay, cool. Let's go get Opacity their final level. You, talk to me. Who are you? You're more important to this plot than you think. Lass Eva. Hello, Eva. We've got 3 Pokemon. Oh, it's a Woobat. Hello. Okay, we've got the level advantage. We are a bug, but we should be okay. Okay. We survived at least 1 hit. That hasn't happened to us in a long time. There we go. A little XP for the Opacity. Bouncing slightly in my excitement. We're going to keep battling. You've got this, Opacity. I believe in you. Oh, we're still rolling out. Awesome. Ha! Awesome. And there we go. Thank you, Eva. You guys ready? It is the final evolution for today. Opacity, our darling little Venipede, is going to be turning into something new and exciting for us. So, what will you be? Oh! Oh! Okay! Okay, I can't remember its name. It's upgraded Snivy, sorry. Servine. It's Servine! Servine. We've... A little bit of a collapse back there. We've already made Snivy, so we'll be making the bigger one. Eee. Again, family clusters in Gen 5. This randomizer wants us to make family groups. Okay, let's have a quick little look at our new friend. And there he is. So he has ability Overgrow, powers up grass type moves in a pinch. And that's what his booty looks like. So we are going to pause here and make our final Pokemon for today, which is Servine. Okay, what can we say about Servine? Well, we've already made Snivy, who I will endeavour to say correctly throughout all of this, though you can't just undo decades of calling it Snivy overnight, even though I am doing my best. It's a long, snaky fellow, but at least it doesn't have to be as small as Snivy had to be, which does give me a little bit more room to move and opens up a whole new different toolbox of different techniques that I can use, which is kind of a relief because Snivy was very small and fiddly, and it can be really hard to work within those like really narrow confines of trying to make something that small. So there is the Snivy we have previously made, and I have to match the colours up. So the cream was pretty easy, the green I still had on hand, and we still have our miscellaneous yellow. The one change I'm going to make is with Snivy I made the eyes brown, but with Servine I think the red is a closer match to the actual colour used in the sprite. So other than that, I'm going to match the colours up. Now, once again, we have a situation where I am splitting the head from the body. Anytime I have a more complex body to make, it's just so much easier to split it off as a separate piece. So I started by just making a teardrop for a head, starting at the back and curving towards the point at the very tip of the nose. Again, that's just because that nose needed to be very pointy, which is easier to do at the end of the piece, for me anyway, than it is to do at the start. That said, I could already tell that I have gone back to my horrible ways of making things way too big, but it had to be bigger than Snivy anyway. This one's not my fault. I love it when the pieces can line up with the drawing. So next up, I started at the tip of the tail, which was going to be covered by a back piece and a tail as well, so I didn't matter so much, it wasn't too pointy, and we worked up a long banana-esque type shape. And I did try really hard to build the S curve in, culminating in an opening where the head could be attached. And this piece has to handle a lot of other like little tiny decorative pieces attached to it. So I fattened him up a little bit. He's meant to be a little bit skinnier than what I did. And there is our main banana boy. And I actually think he's perfectly to scale with Snivy. I'm pleased with that. So next up, I made a couple of little feet, and I just made them as little points with an extra little picot sticking out to give that little heel. The heel is non-functional. It's the nubs that are important. Between the two nubs and the tail, I had 3 points of contact with the ground, meaning Servine was going to be able to stand up on their own, which is something that I aim for where I can. See? Next up, I grabbed the green and started working up the long jacket. So I started working it from the tip of the tail upwards, using increases to grow it outwards a little bit. Now, I worked this piece backwards and forwards as a flat piece, so just like I did with Stoutland, I made sure to alternate which side of the row I was inserting my hook into, just to make sure that all of my stitches were going to face outwards at the end. It's such a little thing, but I'm so fixated on it, I do think it makes a big difference. Now, as I neared the end of this piece, I started building in that swoop, that little emo swoop to go over one eye, when I realized I didn't know what it was going to do on the other side. So I actually had to pop this down and go look up some more reference images. And I'm really glad that I did, because it turns out that that fringe is meant to be a middle part that curls over both eyes. And I definitely was just going to swoosh it all to one side. So it got saved by like a last minute impulse to do a Google search on that one there. So with that piece done, we had a bunch of tiny little leaf details to work up. So first of all, there were the 2 leaves for the spine. So there's one. And I'm gonna need another one of those. There we go. And 2 kind of little stringy bits for the hands as well, which I kind of just did using some chains and some slip stitches. It's a relatively free-form kind of piece. Hang on, we need 2 of those. Maybe I can just split this one. There we go. He's happy and he knows it claps his hands. What else? So next up is possibly my most controversial decision here, and that is those 2 swoops across the belly I decided to add as a 3-dimensional detail rather than just stitching a line on. I thought a black line would appear too harsh, but instead I made 2 little scallop shapes out of the same cream that we used for the body, and when I sew that on, I'm just going to sew it on really flat so that it's just like that faint suggestion of the shape on there. And then I also just had to make 2 little pieces to form his hat, which goes right there. Plonk. Okay, we're nearing the end of these pieces now, and speaking of the end, this is the end of the tail. So with this one here, I made it, I think it's the same way that I did with Snivy, where I made one big base piece and then finished it as 3 different points, just by skipping stitches and reattaching as I went. It just seems to be the easiest way to form this kind of tail. There we go. Now, I think there's only one piece missing now, and that is that neck, scarf, crest, collar piece. We're gonna go with collar. And rather than starting at the tip and working down and then working back up again, giving me two distinctly different looking ends to this scarf, I decided to split it into two pieces and work each piece from the middle outwards, once again allowing me to have very pointy ends on the tips. Hopefully, when I sew it together, I'll be able to disguise it a little bit more so it looks a little bit more like one piece. Okay, so there is one side of it, and we needed another as well. I also whipped up a couple of little eyes, same way as I've been doing for all of the other Pokemon this episode. Let's just see what else we can fit on here. Oh, I think only one of those will fit. Anyway, with all that done, we just had to sew it all together. I suppose we can just cut to the end here. So there is our finished Servine, and I do always feel that little bit of extra pressure when it comes to the starters, but I actually think that Servine and Snivy together look really, really cute. Oh, they're holding hands. Alright, so not a bad episode today. We actually got through a Pokemon gym, but we just did it first instead of at the end, so how's that for pacing? And then we got to just like traipse around the woods like some sort of feral fairy creature, and that was good fun. So when we come back, we will finish off the rest of this forest and see what the next town has waiting for us. Okay, and there are our finished Pokemon for today. So today we made Stoutland, Gothitelle, Blitzel, Venipede, Pawniard, and Servine. So please do let me know in the comments who was your favourite for today. I love to hear it, and I also want to know who are you looking forward to in this gen. As of recording this, I have already filmed episode 5 as well, so it won't change the outcome, but sometimes it's just fun to know that people are looking forward to certain Pokemon. I think my favourite for today has to be Stoutland. I really did think it was going to be Venipede though, and funnily enough, I ended up really liking Pawniard because he's just like such a little goober. I think he's going to be sitting on Stoutland for a very long time, though he does work on a lot of the others as well. It's been really fun. I'm going to keep playing. I'm going to record the next episode now at the same time. But as far as you're concerned, that's it for today. Okay, bye. Yeah, and then what happened? Well, then he peed.